Well, that power's useful, Baz. I can always export it at some point. Once I've got the stuff here. Listen, Baz, when we actually invent constructor bots, we've almost got logistic bots on the planet now. Yeah, Amazon drones and stuff. But they're only primitive. But once we've got constructor bots, which we've already seen some basics of, that's when it's going to get amazing. Like you just get out a map of the world and go, I want a road there. The bots just take off and put the road down for you. There needs to be a hotkey to change between the two modes. Right. 11 gigajoules accumulated. 82 megawatt generation. That's not a lot. 82 megawatts. That's not a lot at all. 63% solar. Then we've got some wind turbines on us. We can always drop them. I thought we'd get more, to be honest. Is it on the star system? Yes. This is the second star system we've been to. Burn the hydrogen from fire ice, good power source. Well, what is it we're trying to make out of this? Fire ice. This is what we're trying to capture, and from that we can, in a chemical facility, we can make graphene and hydrogen. So the problem is, if we start refining the fire ice on this planet, and then it fills up in hydrogen, like it stops burning the fuel, then the whole thing will stop. And we'll have to come all the way back here just to fix it. Whereas if you ship the fire ice, you can keep your eye on it some more. That's my thinking anyway. You ship the hydrogen back to your planet as well. Wait, what's this saying here? We take 2 fire ice and it makes a graphene and a hydrogen, or times 2. So it makes 2 graphene and 2 hydrogen. Yeah. Amasaki are exactly that. It's incredible what it does, considering. 2 graphene and 1 hydrogen. Oh, it makes 2 of them and 1 of them. So it's more efficient to ship it as it is, because if you crack it, it takes up an extra 33% space, doesn't it? Like, why not just move it as fire ice? Still 82 megawatts. What's all the energy for? For whatever we end up doing here. I brought it, so I might as well put it down. I mean, these things take a lot of power. Right, put 50 warp things in there as well. Again, the problem is you've got to make sure that wherever you send these things, they can pick up extra warp generators. Because if they don't, at some point they'll just do that like 25 times, then stop. I quite like this planet. I know it looks like Hoth, but I really do quite like it. It's really rather cool. Looks like Norway, but without the hills. How does warping work? It allows you to travel between the star systems, and you basically you put some inside of your mecha there, and that allows you to press the caps lock key and enter like a warp tunnel type thing. And it's like realistically the only way to get between systems. Ooh, ice cubes. Yay. I wonder if you can do... If you want to balance 3 things in this, I wonder how you do it. Would you, like, split the middle one? You do this kind of thing? You take, like, the middle one into there, split it, and then take this one into here. And then what you end up with is 2, like, semi-balanced lines. I don't know. There's no point in balancing at the exit. Why not? Let's get all the cubes. You need to have belts full. I don't understand how that enters that. I mean, it won't matter anyway. Ultimately. Trying to make these as straight as I can. Come on, game, I want to go in that one. Oh my god. There we go. It's rapidly filling it with cubes. No, I didn't forget to smelt. We're not going to smelt. That middle one now. Anyway, right, what else have we got? That's probably enough, isn't it? Yeah, if you have OCD, don't play this game. You'll have a bad time. Okay, consumption's all good. What else is on this planet? 18 million titanium. Wow. Flippin' heck. Wow, that's cool. Look at that. There's like pretty much nothing on this side. So you could just go full production over here. Because all the stuff is clustered on one side of the planet. Right, we need to create some demand so that these things start flying, but we need to bring them in where we need the graphene, really, which is back on the home planet. So we need to bring it in so that we can crack the graphene and the hydrogen. And then I think we said we're going to make these. Although that'll just consume the graphene. Still need to get rid of all the hydrogen, that's the problem. Just way too much hydrogen. Anyway, let's get back. So, I can't remember who it was I was asking about taking off. What consumes 12 hydrogen? As this? Yeah, it consumes the hydrogen, but it also consumes 2 graphene. And we want the graphene. Proportionally, it will take more of the hydrogen away. But its side effect is it'll take a lot of the graphene away that we're making. But arguably it's still worth doing because we have titanium crystals, although it... Yeah, you see, that's a tricky one because that comes from oil. You asked about takeoff, Nico. So, double tap space to get into flight mode, and then use the middle mouse. Hold the middle mouse button to look around. Press S to go forward. But, yeah. Once you're moving forward, just hold the space key down and look up. Just keep space held down and look up. That's it, you're up. That's all there is to it. So double tap flight, hold the middle mouse key, look up and hold space. Off you go. And then when you're up, you need to sort of figure out where you're going, like that. Press the S key again. And then hold shift, and that'll consume battery and start speeding you up. And then at some point you can press the caps lock key. If you have warp, do that. Woo! Yeah, just casually bending space-time, as you do. RA or BA? Definitely RA, even though I don't know what that means. And when you're approaching a planet, either smash into it or hold the S key, and it'll slow you down, like that. Then press Alt to go down, W to go up, Alt to go down. Hold space, and then you don't smash. Easy, innit, mate? Right, we need to import ice crystals, but we need to import them in a place that also can demand the warp thingies. Ice crystals where we want to make graphene, really. Graphene production is over here somewhere. This is currently the main graphene production. This is the main graphene entry point. So the graphene needs to go into this thing. Well, technically it doesn't. It doesn't have to go into here. It just needs to go in as a supply. It's not really good building it though, I don't think. So if we use this recipe, we can crack it to graphene and hydrogen. I've already got a whole lot of hydrogen going on here. I just see us having a complete excess of hydrogen again. That's what I see happening. This is the deuterium, isn't it? I guess we just take the hydrogen and just spin it through those things and make it into deuterium. That's all we can do. But we're still going to end up with an excess of deuterium. As we have here. Yeah, we can turn deuterium into nuclear fuel, but hey, guess what? This is nuclear fuel. Deuteron fuel rods, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases of them. And the reason is we're not burning them because the mini fusion power stations have shut down, and they've shut down because we don't need the power because we're importing power from another planet. From solar. So I can't win. Like, this is a problem with the game. If you can't consume the hydrogen in some way, you can't get rid of it. Not automatically. You can physically delete the fuel tanks, but you can't burn the hydrogen and throw the power away, throw the energy away. You can't do it. You can't just let the hydrogen off into the atmosphere. You can't do anything with it. James, thank you for 4 years. GG Twitch, keep cancelling my sub and making me resub. Wow. Scumbag Twitch. Thank you, James. Thank you for sticking with it. Stop using graphene for generators. If I could look at my power and see where power's going, that'd be great. But it doesn't break the power down. Say this is what you're this is where you're getting power from coal. This is where you're getting power from whatever. It just doesn't show me. Am I still burning graphite? Hang on. It is like playing whack-a-mole, this. Like, you're just constantly fixing one thing to have something else pop up. See, we're not really burning graphite either. The only reason we're consuming graphite right now is for these red crystals. Is that actually burning fuel or not? Looks like it is a very, very tiny amount. The thing that screws you hard in this game is the double output. What do you mean by the double output? Chemical facilities, have we got any? Two chemical plants. Oh yeah, like the refinery, you mean? Yeah, well, you've got like two outputs coming out, and if one blocks, the other stops. Yeah, I hate that. Right, steel, stone, glass, and circuit boards. Yeah, you get the same problems in Factorio in that regard. Very annoying. Like the whole oil production closes down. It's dead. Again, another interstellar. I've got 19 logistic vessels. That's pretty good. I'm doing well, James. Thank you. How are you? Probably scale this up at some point as well. We used to make hydrogen fuel rods. Then we learned how to make radioactive ones. Can't complain. Good, good. Can't see these ever getting used. Wow, 1.4 a second. That's pretty good. Okay, so we want to import fire ice, which we can do with a interstellar thingy, and then we need to crack it down using the chemical plant. And then the chemical plant will break the fire ice into graphene and hydrogen. The graphene we can immediately export via drone. The hydrogen is slightly trickier. Not really sure what we're going to do with it apart from send it through a whole bunch of these fractionators and make into deuterium. But we've already got way too much hydrogen, as you can see, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And when this fills up, this whole refinery shuts down. Suggestions? Well, I think the solution was to burn it. Actually, we've got the graphene and the hydrogen and then the titanium crystal. Is the titanium crystal actually... Yeah, so the titanium crystals... If we start getting into that game, the titanium crystal will require more of this stuff. Which we have plenty of, but isn't made very quickly. Oh, is this the titanium crystal? Interesting. So we're already making it and putting it into a box. So we need to get that onto the logistics somehow. Every single slot. Don't burn it, you'll need it later. And right now it's like, I've got too much hydrogen. Drones and that, and tell it that where are you? Supplied titanium crystal. Okay, we can get that now. Yeah, it takes 12 hydrogen exactly. So I think that will help alleviate the problem with the hydrogen. So we just basically import the hydrogen, import the crystal, import the fire ice, and then stick it all through the mill. That's what we're going to try and do. The snooker game. I don't know. I actually forgot all about that snooker game. Right, remote demand. In order to do this, we also need to have space warper, local demand, and we'll keep like a... well, that's a lot actually. Even 200 space warpers is a lot. Blimey. It's 5,000 of that stuff on the way. So that those ships will come in, and I'm kind of hoping that they will load up here. We need to make sure that happens. There we go. So that loads this up. Hopefully. Yes, it does. So that when the ships that come from the other star system come here, they can pick up another space warper. What was this game called, Larry? I can't remember. It had a weird name. Also, we need to have a demand for the titanium crystals, I think. And we need to chuck those in. So we'll load those up. Cool, they're taking off to go and grab stuff. Nice. Snooker 19. I honestly don't remember. Okay, so the cubes are going to come in, and then we're going to chem facilities to crack it all down. Which we have. Should have made a few by now. They are chem plants. Luke 308, thank you for 27 months. Virtual Pool 4. Yeah, I don't care about the pool games. So there's 2 inputs to this, I think. So we're doing that. There's 2 inputs and 2 outputs, isn't there? 2 graphene. Every 2 seconds, which is 1 a second. So we can build 12 of these on a green belt. I don't know if we'll get enough stuff interstellar for that, but in theory. Snooker 19. Yeah, he said the physics was like super realistic. It's on a deal at the moment. I've never yet played a snooker sim that I felt actually was realistic physics-wise. Tell you what, it didn't take them long to get that fire ice here. Blimey. Don't mess around, do they? £12 instead of 30 quid. That's a pretty good deal. Is that because of the new Steam sale, or was it on a discount for a while? Last update is 22nd of September last year. I mean, who do you play against? Is it AI and players, or what? Didn't Alex say he had it? Actually, I don't remember that. It's got online, so I'll give you a match. Right, hydrogen and graphene. I guess the graphene, actually thinking about this. So, we're going to produce 2 graphene and 1 hydrogen. then, so if we put the graphene back into the logistic network, that can go and get shipped off. The hydrogen is an interesting one. We need to start sucking up the hydrogen to make these things. But that will also require graphene to be pulled in and titanium crystal. So we need to bring in a lot more hydrogen. We have absolutely loads of the stuff here. We could put hydrogen onto the logistics network, just pump it into there, and then pull it over here. That's one solution. Yeah, 12 to 2, exactly. So this could be a supplier of graphene and also demand hydrogen. That's one way of doing it. Reverse the direction of one of these belts. Actually, we need to filter this, don't we? Oh, I forgot about that. This must be graphene now. Is that the Italian command, Jens? Scheduler. Schedule's quite easy this week. 2 to late. Next, well, 4 days. Alright, so graphene goes back that way. The hydrogen comes out. Oh, do you know what? We want the hydrogen going back the other way as well. Do you know there's a mod for copy the sorters? No, I haven't really looked at the mods too much. I know some of them that are quality of life, but are a bit unstable. What? Oh my god, game. What did you just do? What did you just do? It just... Oh. Oh my god. That was annoying. Yeah, it literally, I didn't know that, Yonker. Like, why would holding shift here delete the whole line? I'd rather just clear and reset. Ugh. UI problems. Anyway. So that should supply hydrogen back into here, but also has a local demand for it. But I'll leave that gap there. So then we can say that we want graphene. What's the ratio? So we want 2 graphene and 12 hydrogen. So the hydrogen has to have the inside line. And then 1 crystal. So that can go on the outside. Like that. And the graphene. And this is made in an assembler. How long does it take to make one of these? 4 seconds. How quickly does a green sorter do work? 3 per trip per second per grid. So 3 items per second if it's 1 grid away. So it'll just have enough time to insert 12 hydrogen. According to that. The output is Casimir. What are we doing with these crystals anyway? Like, what's the goal? We're just going to store them for now? I mean, what are they used for? Were they involved in the green cubes or something? Or was it these things? It's those things. Titanium glass to make the plane filter. So ultimately the green signs. But for now, I guess we just rack them up. Alright. I guess we switch this on and see what happens. Well, I set that, but apparently not. No, you scumbag game. Let Let me just change some filters. That might take a little bit longer to work through. Real question is, are we importing hydrogen? No, we're not. I'll tell you why we're not. Angle too wide. What? What game? Okay, that should start moving hydrogen. Annoying. Right, so with these crystals we want hydrogen, then graphene, then the crystal. So we want hydrogen on that line. Otherwise it won't be able to load the hydrogen quickly enough. Oh, you scumbag game. I hate it when it does that. Hate it when it does that. Sometimes a snap point is like on a grid line, so it just won't quite fit. Good night, Chris. Right, how are we getting on? It's chewing through that hydrogen quite nicely. Finally. And hopefully, are we actually exporting graphene now? Well, we are. Finally exporting graphene. The question is how much does that scale up? How much fire ice can we bring in and keep this machine moving? I think if you wanted to do more of these, we'd have to use a blue belt here for the fire rise. Or have a second belt come out and just have another array. Which is possible. We could just like put another stack of these down the inside. Because these, actually no, this in a belt is not quite quick enough. If you make that blue, you could either, yeah, you could just have another belt come around there. There's no way to put the second machine. This one's not getting enough hydrogen anyway. That needs to be a blue belt of hydrogen, I think. It's nice to have a bit of graphene flowing. Once we've got a reasonable supply of graphene, we can start making blue belts properly. Let's turbocharge the hydrogen. There you go. Stacking up the crystals. Problem is, the graphene production shuts down when this thing fills up on crystal. You can't win. Like, you need to start consuming them somewhere else. Saved. Right, I need to go. So, thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock again. So hopefully I shall see you then. Friday tomorrow, Friday Hype. So yeah, thanks for chilling, thanks for hanging out, thanks for your support. Much thanks to all the resubs. And thank you to the mod team, and I shall see you all tomorrow. Friday Hype! I've got to go and order my takeaway now. Motivation. No problem, Heyman. Anyway, take it easy guys, have a good evening, and I shall see you tomorrow at 2 PM UK time. Have a good one. Bye for now.